My name's Kathy Berg, and Augusta has been my regular through the summer growing season, cleaning the gutters, taking down trees, trimming trees, and trimming the blackberries off the back fence so that they don't keep intruding into my yard. Well, I have found Augusta to be very efficient in what they do, and I really appreciate your attention to details. Oh yeah, you guys did a fantastic job on that. I designed that fence myself so that it could be seen through, but still contain the dogs. And it had been there it was built by my husband and son, and about 15 years later it was beginning to fall apart. And so I asked Augusta to fix it, and they did a fantastic job. They beefed up the size of the wire. They beefed up the railings that go across to 2x4s. They had been 1x4s, and it's a much better fence, and it'll last longer than 15 years.
My name is Jerry C. Franklin, and you have gotten rid of a ton of leaves for me that was in our yard, and you re-graveled our driveway, which we are very pleased with both.
I drove past their space on the guide, and I said, oh look, there's Augusta. And Augusta meant good things to me. And then when we decided we needed to have something done, I said, well, let's call Augusta, give them a try. And we were very pleased with what they did, so when we wanted gravel, we said, well, Augusta did good, let's try them again. And
yes.
I'm very happy.
Very satisfied. Well, they did it very quickly, very efficiently, and they did a good job. You can't get better than that. Both the leaves and the re-graveling. So I was very pleased with both experiences.
And Liz has seemed just like somebody in my family. She's so friendly.
She's such a good girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd come up and they'd tell us what was going on and did I want this or want that or, and yes, they communicated very well with us. I really appreciated that part too.
And when springtime comes, we plan to call them again.
Yep.
My name's Christine Vanderwitty, and I live in Birch Bay Village. I've had a complete renovation of my backyard. Oh, I like the communication that Mike starts with the client, with me, because he listens to what my needs are, and he can interject and give his approach to it. The crew is great at communicating also, and if there's a change in the job, then the crew works with me. And actually we've had a lot of changes, but they work well with me. It starts at the top. So when Mike and Liz are called on, Liz is very efficient and very thorough in following up on the client's needs if there are any. We had a big job trying to rid the bamboo roots from spreading, and we came up with a solution of sheet metal. So that was put into the ground. We hope that will work. It's about 3 feet deep. Then we used a road cloth, which is almost impermeable to water. However, that covered most of the backyard, and then there was a border formed, giving it a nice soft, maybe a kidney shape effect, if you will, and a lot of bark put on top of that and gravel on the outside. And then we planted, with Fenton's help, his decision was to put 2 dwarf maple trees in a particular area of that new garden space.
The guys came over and did a couple of front yard projects for us shortly after we got moved in. We really didn't know anybody in the area and decided to clear out what was a pretty overgrown garden area on one side of the yard to make it lower maintenance for ourselves and to make it a little more recreational for what we wanted to do. So that was the primary job. It was about a 3-phase job.
I did a lot of research for the best landscaping company in this area, somebody that was reliable, trustworthy, and followed through with their commitment, and I found great reviews with Augusta. And then I called, and Mike got back to me right away the next day.
And also, It kind of concurred with a great review that we had gotten from someone directly across the street. The guys were doing a pretty big and ugly gravel job over there for her, and she spoke extremely highly of Augusta, and it just sort of matched up with the research that Kim had been doing. The guys were always pleasant, enjoyable, conversive, polite, professional, respectful guys. I mean, I think the crew had a lot to do with it. They were always, they got my bad jokes, and it was always a nice time to go out and check in and see how they were doing and see how everything was going. I think one thing that was really kind of special to us too is that having just moved here, and it was hard to get contractors in July, August, September. It was a busy season for just about anything that we asked for. Not only did Augusta give us a pretty good start date, which was, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks from when we first asked for the job, but they called us within about 2 days to say, we can give a half a day because we've got a piece of the equipment that we need right nearby you. Would you like us to at least get started on that first phase even earlier? And we're happy to give you a slight discount as well, just because it maximizes the efficiency of our day. And that was pretty remarkable. So what we decided to do to make that one area low maintenance, because it was a long, narrow space, was to create as authentic and official and regulation a bocce court as we could. It would be no maintenance. It would be an area that we could now use for play and enjoyment, and it would be unique to the neighborhood, as well as the fact that this space was perfect for it. But to take guys in and say, okay, I need this flat, I need a 10 by 60, it needs to be graded, we need to have a little room over here to walk around, because we're going to be playing bocce here. Hardcore competitive bocce ended up being a kind of a fun little twist to the job. So Mike was very receptive to a recommendation that I made at the time that we completed the second phase of our big job, which had a pretty good total with it. I don't know, it was $3,000 or something, and I wanted to be able to put it on a charge card. And there was a charge for putting it on a charge card if you spent more than a couple $100 or something. And so he actually listened to my business concerns about why would you charge and more or less penalize someone more who did a big job with you by putting a charge card fee. And I understand that charge cards cost money to accept. I'm a small business owner myself, but you put a charge card fee on a large charge, but not on a small one. That seems reverse. It seems like if somebody really wants to be able to do it, I know it's more money out of your pocket, but there are people who like to be able to earn some miles, earn some American Express points or whatever it might be. And sure enough, within a day, he said, that's a good recommendation, and we're definitely going to do that for yours. And then I guess we learned with a recent quote that they've maintained that policy going forward. We had Mike come out and give us a bid recently on a new job that we'd like to do, which is laying some flagstone down in a common area below a deck here in the front yard. And he had some general ideas on what kind of stones might work and what they'd cost. A day later, Liz sent me an email, and Mike had gone to both of those stores and checked what the availability on stones was, and took pictures of different types of stone, jotted down the name and the price, and emailed the pictures to me of the stone, so I didn't even have to go to North Star if I didn't want to make my decision on what kind of stone I was interested in for this next job. And that was going above and beyond for sure.